All right, so the GSAT is almost in the rearview mirror. You're probably breathing a huge sigh of relief, but now a whole new kind of pressure is setting in, right? Because this period, right now, before the applications are due, this is when the real challenge begins, choosing your major. And that quote, it absolutely nails it. Right now is the time to do some deep research. This isn't about reading the glossy brochures or what universities want you to see. This explainer is all about giving you the hard data you need to make a smart choice.
Look, application-based admissions, that's the main way in. It accounts for the vast majority of spots. So these next few weeks are your most important window for analysis. You did the hard work for the exam, now it's time for the smart work to build a winning strategy.
Getting this right now, by using real data about what universities are actually looking for, well, that can seriously boost your chances of landing in a program that's a perfect fit for you.
Okay, let's dive in. Before we get into the nitty-gritty of finance, let's zoom out and look at the big picture. Let's see which majors are the most popular across the entire country.
Okay, take a look at these numbers. No surprise, information and electrical engineering are way up there at the top. But check out what's sitting at number 5, finance. We're talking over 1,150 spots. That tells you this is a super popular and, you guessed it, super competitive field.
Now, we've actually already done deep dives on the top 4 majors, and you can find the links for those down in the description. But for today, we are all in on finance. We're going to tear it down and see what really matters for your application. All right, let's get to the good stuff, the core data. We're going to figure out which GSAT subjects really pull the most weight across all the finance departments out there. This is where your strategy starts to take shape. So what you're seeing here is basically a power ranking. It shows you how much each subject matters across all those 1,151 finance spots. And wow, look at that. Chinese and Math B. They're huge. English is also a big player. But wait a second. Where's Math A? Its absence here is actually the whole story. This is where it gets really, really interesting. And that brings us to probably the single most important strategic question for anyone applying to finance. There is this huge divide between universities that care about Math A and universities that care about Math B. Your strength in one or the other, it's going to define your entire game plan. So here's what that looks like in practice. Over on the left, you've got some of the absolute top-tier, most competitive universities, and they are all about Math A. But on the right, you've got a whole different lineup of fantastic universities that are looking for a strong Math B score. We're talking 2 completely different paths to the same goal. So let's put some numbers on this. The total influence of Math A across all those finance spots, it's just 35.7. Kind of small, right? Seems almost insignificant on its own. But then, bam, look at Math B. We're talking over 262. The difference is just massive. So on the surface, it looks like Math B is way more important, but that's not the full picture. Because here's the catch. Even though that overall number for Math A is low, if you've got your heart set on these specific top-ranked programs, then Math A is everything. It's not optional. Look at NTU's finance program. Math A is over 1/3 of the weight. A great Math A score is the key that unlocks these specific doors. But, hey, on the flip side, if Math B is where you shine, then you have a massive, massive advantage at a whole different set of amazing schools. I mean, look at Mingchuan University, an unbelievable 85% weight on Math B. If you've got a high score there, you're an absolute top-tier candidate for them.
Okay, so we've looked at all this data. The big question is, what does this actually mean for you? How do you take all these numbers and turn them into a real winning application strategy?
All right, this is where you need to hit pause for a second and just take a good, honest look at your own GSAT results. Forget the rankings, forget what everyone else is doing. Where are you strongest, especially when it comes to Math A versus Math B? And here's a super simple 3-step framework to guide you. First, you've got to pinpoint your own academic strengths, especially that Math A versus B question. Second, take that knowledge and start researching the specific weightings for the universities you're interested in. And third, you put it all together to build an application list that's tailor-made for your profile.
And really, this is the most important thing I want you to walk away with today. Stop thinking about just applying to the best schools. The goal is to apply to the best schools for you. A smart, personalized strategy is always going to beat just chasing a name on a list.
So as you start your research, I want you to keep this one question in mind. take this data, look at your scores, and figure out which schools does your strongest subject unlock for you. Go find them. Good luck.